Now is all there is. So as you're sitting there, get comfy wherever you happen to be.
Can I hold on to cards?
You can hold on to whatever you want, Ben. Cards is part of it. There's no separation. That's not separate. That's not, you know, that's part of what's happening now. If you've got cards in your hands, keep them in your hands. If you want to play with them, in fact. In fact, if you want to do that, that could be quite beautiful. As you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. If you've got cards actually in your hands, keep them in your hands. Magician Phil Taylor's trying not to crack up. That's fine too. Do that if that's what's happening over there. Or crack up. Don't try and fight nothing. If you want to crack up, this isn't me. I'm not going to sit here like monks. If you want to giggle, have a giggle. That's just what's happening. If you want to take the piss, take the piss. That's fine too. That's what's happening. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Except for this. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. With or without cards in your hands, it doesn't matter. Just close your eyes. And don't give any priority to anything. Don't. Just let everything that's happening happen. Don't select anything in particular to focus on. Just let your awareness drift through your sensations. Your actual felt experience now. But not excluding anything. Allowing your sensations to flow. Allowing your thoughts to flow. We're not trying to stop thought, though it may settle down by itself. We are letting go of it. We're letting it flow, letting it drift. We're welcoming everything in our direct experience. We're opening up to everything that's happening now without judging it. Because to focus on one thing is to exclude something else, which is a separation. And what we're coming to here is no separation, no boundaries. So let the breaths come and go. Let the sensations move. If you've got cards in your hands, let them move as they want to move. In fact, if you have got cards in your hands, just do whatever it is they're doing. Don't have any kind of sequence. Just, if you're practicing moves and fiddling, just let whatever comes out, comes out. Don't check yourself. Just a sensation of cards in your hand. If you don't have cards in your hands, the sensation of your weight in the chair, just let it all come and go. Prioritize nothing. Select nothing. Just being with what is. Sensations arise and they pass away. But what are they arising out of? Let the sounds that are happening around play. If there's any sound where you happen to be, ambient noise, it's not a distraction, it's just part of what is. So welcome it. Welcome everything, but without judging it. Without labeling, this is good, that's bad, none of that. Just let it all happen. Happen. Happening in this moment that we're all sharing. see. So your sensations are arising in space, in your direct experience now, without going into memory, the actuality of your experience is sensations arising in a space. Thoughts are arising in a space. My words are arising in a space. They're coming out of a spacious silence, going back into a spacious silence. But there's only one space. Your thoughts and your sensations are arising in a space, and my thoughts and sensations, and Ben's thoughts and sensations, and everyone watching this right now, all of our thoughts and our sensations are arising in the same space. And you could argue there are objects between us, walls and barriers, possibly the sea, but those are all objects arising just as we are arising in one space. So in this moment, everyone listening to this is one happening, with no judgment, with no separation. We just are. Nothing to get, nowhere to go. Everything as it is, being accepted completely by itself. And if you have cards in your hands, you'll notice that the moves just happen. They just happen. Just let them happen. And now holding your impressions and your sensations, whatever thoughts are running through your head, without judging anything. Open your eyes. And here we all are.
Boom. Thank you, dude.
You're welcome. I hope people liked it.
So, not that it necessarily requires it, but that type of thing might be a kind of a new thing for people to even think about. But maybe explain to people, like, A, what that really is, and also what and why you think that might actually even help someone.
Well, what that is I'm just going to riff. Is connecting with without there's no religious connotations here or anything of that. It's connecting to peace itself. It's connecting to who you actually are. If you can imagine, the sky is a good metaphor for this. There's the sky, and if you look at the sky, it's a huge spacious expanse. It doesn't begin, it doesn't end, and it's always there. It's always there. It changes color as we move around the sun, and it changes. The content of the sky changes, but the sky is ever present. So some days the sky can have a few clouds drifting around it. Sometimes the sky can be completely obscured by clouds. Sometimes a plane will shoot through it, sometimes a bird. But the sky itself is ever present, never changing, limitless, expanse, always there.
Mm.
So peace is like that. The peace is always there. You're not trying to create a peace. The peace is always there. The presence is always there. But it's obscured. It's obscured by thoughts, by worries, by expectations, by beliefs, by desires, by the desire to do, to be, to create, to always these things happening. They happen in this clear expanse. And if you can just sit and be with what's happening without judging it, there's no form to this. It's not like any kind of, this is where all meditation forms are leading, but the forms all lead to the same destination. Just sit and be with what's actually happening and allow it. That's the key. It's the allowing. Even if what's happening is fairly hideous, allowing it, allowing it, allowing it. You can reconnect with the peace that's always present, always there.
I think a lot of
and then bring that peace to whatever situation you find yourself. And getting it to magic, because that's what most people here are for. You can bring that quality to your practice, to your moves. You can bring that.
I think a lot of people get kind of very, not even just scared, but they misunderstand a lot of the deep purposes of things like meditation or stuff. It always gets, connected to this idea of some form of continual spiritual bliss and some ability, and it's not really about that at all.
No. I mean, some self-help guy will sell you a course that tells you that, but it's not the truth of your own life. You know that. You can't be walking around in a bliss love cloud all the time. But you can be walking around, and when something happens that is not pleasant, not be taken by it and allow it to be impermanent, which it is. Allow it to pass through, which it will anyway, without you doing anything. But by you allowing something, you see the truth. You see the truth of what you actually are. And
also, like
someone just made a funny comment.
But you also, especially in this time where you've got a lot of people with their attention is being essentially diffused, diluted, or fragmented into multiple different directions, whilst everyone is being kind of locked down. It's a kind of it's a thing that I think if people spent a little bit more time at least focusing on ways to kind of center themselves, it might help. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the answer to everything, but it will definitely, in my opinion, help.
This is the thing. If you knew so all traditions, religion, they're all going in the same direction. They just have different words, but the words is what creates the separation. That's why I try and avoid any sort of terminology, because those words create separation. When you chat about these things with people, someone's chomping at the bit. Well, my teacher said, well, I've read a book about Buddhism, and it's all the same thing. They're all beautiful as well. They're all, the actual thing itself is beyond any. It's life itself. It's not. It's beyond any form or description. But we need forms to get that. But they're just forms. They're just more content within awareness.
Yeah. I mean, it's also why I think that
and it's one awareness. This is the interesting thing. Yeah. Someone described it to me thus. It kind of makes sense. Where if Elon Musk invented a gadget that could take a snapshot of your experience right now, every snapshot would be different. There'd be a snapshot from over here of my view, my thoughts, my thing, your view, your thoughts, every single person watching this, everyone. The snapshot will be a completely different picture. If you turn that gadget around and took a snapshot of the calm, peaceful awareness that was having the individual experience, They'd all look the same.
Mm.
Clear, expansive, invisible, have no qualities to itself because it's the context in which qualities arise.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be known. It can be known, but it can't be known with words. It can just be felt. And practices like meditation get you. And there are other meditations that you can do that bring on altered states, that bring on trippiness, that bring on, you know, weird stuff. But those are just, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Free drugs. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having an experience.
Yep.
But that's all it is. It's an experience. And experiences arise and pass away. Experiences aren't permanent. Experiences never last. Whereas the awareness is permanent, and it's the context in which experiences happen.
Mm.
So a card trick's an experience. It doesn't exist until my hands start to do it and someone takes and then it's an experience that people share, but it's not permanent.
Mm.
It rises and it passes away. And where does it go? Where does it exist right now?
So what would you say to people who after after going through that, you know, and I hope that there was at least one other person, that's my hope, is that at least one other person sat through the entirety, you know, of those 10 minutes, just did that with us, and can come away feeling better. And if we have, then we've achieved something. But what would you say that...
But even if you didn't do it, even if what was happening for you was, oh, this, when are they going to get the cards out? When's he going to talk about the coin? That was still part of it. That was what was happening over there.
Yes.
There's no judgment. There's no separation. If you're taking the piss out of me, there's fine. There's no separation. Everything is allowed.
Mm-hmm.
The rest assured, if you come into my face with that, I'll come back at you. But you know what I mean? But that's what's happening then. But am I making sense?
Yeah, absolutely. But my point is this: if someone, whatever was happening, whether it is the dismissal or the jumping in, or passively listening, if someone is interested over the next kind of week, few days, month, whatever, of like taking elements of that and absorbing that into their life, and maybe even if they don't want to think of it as, oh, I'm going to meditate, like what do you think someone could take from that to move forward with it?
Just the doing of it. You can read all the books and all that, and they're fascinating. Someone just mentioned Sam Harris, actually, who's actually written a very good book about that. Brilliant guy, Sam Harris. What's his book called?
Waking Up.
But that's nice because it's kind of like he's non-dogmatic. He's quite he's a Dzogchen guy, which is a school of very clean, clear school of Tibetan Buddhism. He likes Vedanta as well, and Douglas Harding. If you can just doing that when you think to do it, if you're on the bus, if you're just at home and you've got a couple of minutes, just sitting quietly, because it's chaos out there. It's chaos out there right now. Who the bloody hell saw this? What's happening this week? Who saw that coming last week? Last week it was nearly over. Oh, lockdown's lifting. Now what? You can't predict what's coming next. You cannot. The only thing you can do to prepare for what's coming next is to not be prepared for what's coming next. To be prepared to be open and to accept whatever's happening and to go with it. That's all you can do right now. Any plans you've got, you don't know what the next news story is going to do to wipe them out. My entire career has been wiped out. I don't know if it's coming back. If it is coming back, I don't know how. I don't see a way. I can't see a way. That's true for all of us if we perform for a living. It's gone. So all you can do, the only thing you can do to prepare for what's coming next is to be open to it and accepting of it. If you fight what is, you're going to lose. You can't fight what is. You're going to lose. Life is going to win.
Yep.
But if you can be with it, you can hopefully dance with it, and hopefully a path will reveal itself for you to move through.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only preparation you can have. You can sit, you can chant, you can beads, you can burn it. If those things make you feel great, then do them by all means. I'm not knocking that. I burn incense. I've got Jean, my bonsai tree. You know, I do things to keep myself.
Yep.
But just being open to what is, without judging it. If you're down, if you're angry, if you're frustrated, let it be. Let it be. Sit with it. Close the eyes. Allow it. Allow the sensations. Allow it. Allow it. Don't fight it. I think watch in the allowing of it. It will transform.
I think what we can do is because we're going to have to wrap up now because we've only got a few minutes left. But
it's the hour coming up.
Yeah. So, but it would be good. I think that maybe we might do this again at some point. We might talk about this type of stuff in more detail. There are no plans. We don't know. Things may change. They will change. That is certain. So that is definitely something we should do. But yeah, man, just. It's been a couple of weeks, I think, or at least since you've come on. So yeah, just thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. I hope people got something from it.
Yeah, I hope so. It was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I feel good. I feel relaxed. I feel good, and yeah, I mean, you and I've talked about that stuff for many years, and it's definitely, I've known that you know more about that stuff than anyone else I know, and it's an authentic part of who you are. And anyone that is interested in knowing some more about that, Danny's channel, the Danny Buckler Show, Danny talks about this stuff. Not only has some guided meditations, but some other stuff to do with